Hi, beautiful souls. I am Earth Angel Aura, 1111 Oracle. Thanks so much for tuning in. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this reading. Let's give thanks to the Most High, Jesus Christ, Yeshua. Thank you for spiritual protection, provisions, and discernment each and every day, heightened intuition. Thank you for allowing the angels and ancestors to assist us in this current reading for the collective of divine feminine and divine masculine. May every evil eye turn blind and every monitoring ear go deaf. Amen. Ashe yo. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this. I'm gonna light this candle, but this is such a beautiful message I'm gonna share with you because you've reached an amazing time, a magical time. And again, this can resonate for masculine and feminine. This energy is fluid. And in addition to that, hopefully this is long enough to light this. Gotta try again. Yeah, I hope I can. I gotta get some candles on tomorrow. But all zodiac signs this could be relevant for. So just take it as it resonates with you. We're gonna make it do what it do. That's what we do around here, right? Leave the candle here. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this. This water's still here. I'm just feeling really good, y'all. Keeping my spirits high, and I want to just go ahead and pull some cards for the collective. Let's see what we have here. Because let's see. This current reading, energetically, we're going to be focusing on the beauty of the cactus and how cactuses bloom. Like a couple of years ago, not too long ago, a chain of events happened, and I ended up in Arizona, Tucson, Arizona, in fact. And I was intimidated at first, but I'm like, okay, if I gotta move, I'm gonna move to some place that's new, someplace I want to experience. So moving to the desert was a transformative process for me. There were some highs, there were lows, but I began balance. The beautiful thing about it was to be able to see the flowers blooming on the cactuses. And so it became a metaphor for my life. Because literally, you're in a place that rarely ever rains, like maybe a few times out the year, if that. And these cactuses bloom year round. I mean, it just was such a beautiful confirmation for me that even if you are not nourished in your surroundings, you still have the ability to bloom. And so, with this coming out at this time, hold on, y'all. Got a little something on my hands here. Starting out, we got this card, the power of prayer. Okay, just know that your prayers are not in vain. I know sometimes people can think that, oh, I'm gonna do this, but I'm not sure if it's gonna really work. What do you have to lose? I'm telling you that the power of prayer is something that can really transform your life, and you don't have to be cookie cutter. You can pray your own way, but it's just like literally talking to the Most High, talking to God. And so, if you allow yourself to get into this space of trusting your soul, if you're feeling urged to do something, this is a sign. Pray for whatever it is that you're going through, because oftentimes the situation that you're going through, like literally, you could be in a heated situation, but you still can tap into your ability to be resilient, your ability to bloom no matter where you are or what is happening. And power of prayer can get you through. Like literally, when I had to move to Arizona, y'all, I didn't know how this was going to work out. I really didn't have the resources, but God made a way. Sometimes you can get the urge to just do something. The Holy Spirit is speaking to you, your angels are speaking to you. You can begin to see certain numbers. These are signs. And I'm telling you, I'm a living testimony. Trust that if you're being urged to do something, it is going to be beneficial to you. Okay? Another thing, too, is that, wow, major changes is happening for the collective of masculine and feminines. Okay, even pray towards the connection with your divine complement, because many of your masculines are going through a major spiritual healing process right now. So continue to send prayers out in regard to them, and getting further into when you're seeing 444. Or you can see different variations of that. And one thing I thought was so beautiful, like the power of prayer transformed my life so much. Like I became a stronger believer when I went through hard things. Like I literally thought that, I'm older now. I'm not gonna really focus on God too much. Like literally, I had some horrible things happening, and my faith was wavering. And God will remove His hands, and then I realized that, wow, yeah, it was a major lesson. I learned to lean more so on God. And so the resilience that I gained from being in the West, being in Arizona, like it was just such a beautiful experience. Like to see the nature, like I'm a bit of a nature freak. To see how the cat the cacti was able to bloom without any water and nourishment and just bloom year round. Like it was just a testament to the resilience of something wanting to thrive and survive. So right now, if you're seeing a quadruple number of fours, keep showing up in your life and know that your most high, like God is there for you. It may seem sometimes that you may not have anybody else around, but if you can tune into the power of prayer, there's nothing that can get you down. Like, yeah, you may be on the ropes a little bit, but you can have endurance. You can tap into being resilient. And even in the sense of that, sometimes you go through situations like I love the analogy of cactus, because even though a cactus can be beautiful, it can bloom, it has thorns. Because although you could be someone where you can be soft, you can be delicate at times, sometimes you have to have those thorns in order to protect that aspect of yourself. So don't be afraid to tap into spiritual strength and also having a healthy foundation when it comes to a higher power outside of yourself. Now, everybody has a different belief system. Okay, it can be so many different things. I speak in regard to Jesus, Yeshua, you know, other people may say Abba, the universe, whatever it is that you believe as a higher power. It's important to trust that, because oftentimes you're given insight into how your life can become better. But it's like we allow society to trick us out of our spiritual connection. So with seeing the 444, and again, you can see this on receipts. You can see this, you just look up and you just see these numbers somewhere. These are signs, and you're seeing these patterns because it's a divine message, a sense of a wake-up call from your angels to let you know that you are not alone, no matter what is happening. So when the 444 emerges out of the blue, and it's in clear view, it is serving a major purpose in your life. Because sometimes you can have certain things happen and you just feel like, wow, what am I going to do? I may not have the support, but you always have the spiritual support here. Oftentimes you're asking for a sign and you're getting signs and then you're ignoring them. This is your sign that comfort is on the way for you. And another aspect of this is to keep in mind that your angel could be like a deceased loved one that is really there for you, that's helping you. But keep in mind too that we operate out of free will to a certain level. So they're not going to really intercede unless you actually ask for help. So if you're in a crunch, if something's going on, don't be afraid to ask for help. Wow, we got raise and promotion coming out here. I didn't want to ignore this card. Like I'm just really into my intuition more so now. So it's just like Spirit's like, look at what's on the bottom of the deck, and there we have it, raise or promotion. So congratulations, it says, an increase in your abundance flow awaits you. This is a result of your positive focus and willingness to take action based on your divine guidance. Keep up the good work. So whatever it is that you're currently doing is paying off. Even though sometimes it may not look like you're getting the results that you're working forward to, understand that sometimes the same day that you plant the seed is not the same day you're going to receive the harvest. So just trust that it's taking time, but it's coming into fruition. And so wherever you go, the Most High, Jesus, Yeshua, the universe wants you to know that you're going to be okay. And you're not just going to be okay, you're going to be better than you can imagine. Wow, we have adult children card coming out here. Now, for some of you, this could mean that, you may have had people in your life that wanted you to kind of stay in like a child role per se. Unfortunately, sometimes we deal with that when it comes to our family systems. It's like you may have an idea of what it is that you want to do, but they're like, no, I don't think that's good for you. It's important for you to step out on faith and trust that you're an adult now. You can make decisions for yourself. You're competent. And so another aspect of this adult children card coming out too is because many of you may be having a difficult time kind of releasing control over your own adult children. So, this could be a lesson either way. So just trust that if you have faith about something, it's not about holding tight. Have faith that it's going to work out. Wow. And also let go of guilt. Okay, it says, when you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from your past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. Wow, and I think a lot of people deal with that, holding on to guilt. I mean, some of us are holding on to guilt that had literally nothing to do with us. It could be, things that our parents have done or things that people that are associated with us has done. It is not our responsibility to carry that burden around. So it's time to just release and understand that this is a special gift from the great creator, from Jesus, from Yeshua, from the universal God, that you are protected. Wow. Realizations and epiphanies. Beautiful, beautiful energy here. You're gaining a lot of insight into life, and you're getting a lot of insight into the fact that there's things that may have been beyond your control, but that's a learning process in itself. Like relinquishing that sense of wanting to control every dynamic of life. Like there's not always going to be sunny days. Sometimes it's going to be cloudy, sometimes it's going to be rainy, sometimes it's going to be a freaking monsoon or a tornado. Whatever is happening, you can still be assured that you're going to be protected. Okay, you're going to be cared for. Things are going to work out for you, but it's about you believing. And another thing in regard to, let's get a little further into this meaning of this 444. Okay, I'm going to be referring to a few notes that I have here. So when you're seeing the repetition of 444, I mean, literally, it could even pop up in your dreams. You can see this a lot. The universe is sending you a sign of hope and support, and knowing that your angels are forming a like energetic shield around you. So this is why things are beginning to align more so for you, and it's because you are trusting your intuition. If you're being guided to do a certain thing, you get up and you do it. Like literally, sometimes you can be asleep and you wake up and you may have certain insight in your dream, something that you should do that day. Instead of you putting it off, go ahead and act on that, because your angels are watching. And it's literally like tests, like small tests that you're experiencing. And so when you fail the test, it's like when you ignore it, you're like, oh, it's just woo woo woo. Like, I don't know if this is fully real. And then this reminder comes back again. So listen to your intuition when these things are sent your way, and know that this is an aspect of you being a co-creator with the Most High to bring in the type of life that you want. It's happening for you, but it requires you to also be a co-creator. So this spark of light that you're beginning to see, it is an aspect of who you are, your divine soul. And you're not led to something just a fluke. I'm under the belief that everything is divinely aligned and synchronized. And so if you're led to a certain thing, it is to help you on your spiritual journey. It's to help you in your day-to-day life. So simply put, your guardian angel is protecting you because you are part of the greater design. So furthermore, when we think about 444, this is also a message letting you know that any and everything is working together for your greater good. Because earlier we had a raise or promotion card. So you may have took a leap of faith in regard to maybe a career change. Maybe you decided to walk away from a job. Maybe you're not able to get a job. I mean, there's a lot of people's situation right now. But if something is being blocked, sometimes it could be for your greater good. You could be the type of person where your energy is too powerful to even be amongst the populace. Like, that's just what it is. This could be why you may not have been able to sustain certain things. So just, if you have a creative idea, put it out there. There's millions of people in this world. There are going to be people that align with you. Don't get caught up in the numbers. It's easy for people to just kind of think like, oh, my numbers aren't, as big as other people's numbers. Okay, I've even fallen victim to that, but I have to speak life into myself, and I encourage you to do the same, because it's more so about you doing what really feeds your soul. When you're opening your heart to the possibilities, to the greatness that you can have, then you allow yourself to expand. When you close off yourself, when you are not moving on the things that drive you, then it's like you're literally killing yourself. So you want to move into a place of expecting yourself to win, not limiting yourself at all. Be that resilient cactus that blooms. And a cactus, I mean, you got to be kind of tough. You got to be tough. You got to be able to bounce back. Okay, the thorns serve a purpose. There may be times where you have to literally be straightforward with people. Okay, but this is going to be something that's going to help you continue in this spiritual journey, your spiritual awakening. This definitely is a wake-up call. Wow. Even as I say that about asserting your boundaries, detox your friendships. Okay, it says your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. So yeah, it's time to really assess who it is that you're associating with and move accordingly. All right, in order for you to have the type of life you want and to move into the space of having a new beginning, welcoming the new. Also, we have pay yourself first. Okay, it says make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your future and your present. So, of course, yes, there's responsibilities that you may have. However, it's important to feed into yourself, okay? Even if it's something small, just do something that is a kind gesture to yourself, opposed to always having to wait or just assume that, oh, well, nobody has done this or that for me. Sometimes you got to give that love to yourself, all right? Literally pay yourself first, and it's going to pay off. So understand that you're becoming more sensitive to the divine life force energy that naturally resides in you. But oftentimes these things have been suppressed. And so when you detox your friendships, okay, if there's people around you that require you to not be fully who you are, then they need not have access to you. Like, it's just simple as that. And it's not that you're wanting to be a bitch about it or anything, but like, life is literally short. Like, it is what it is. And although you may have a life that's long, in the greater context of it all, if you're going through life and you're suffering in the form of not being able to fully show up who you are or do the things that you want, because you may have people around you that do not value it or do not understand, then you're operating on their time. And with the 444 coming up on your path right now, this is a divine alignment that's happening for you. Your soul is urging you to unravel into a deeper level of who you are. Dive in a little deeper. Shout out to Ralph Smart, deep divers. Like, literally do things that you may be interested in. Like, again, numerology could be something you're interested in that could be taboo. Okay, studying about divination or crystals or even biblical things. Like, whatever it is that is floating your boat, you have that interest or that desire for a reason, and oftentimes it's aligned with you leveling up your life. And so the more you begin to learn about spiritual aspects of yourself, the more you're able to strengthen yourself and then just establish a new way of being in your life so that you can truly evolve into your truest self. Wow, that's a lot of information. Oh my gosh. Holy Spirit is really flowing through me tonight. And so we also have a hobbies card. So I think this is going to be very important too as you evolve into your true yourself. Like, you know, developing hobbies or reacquainting yourself with things that were hobbies before is going to help you like alleviate stress, help you step into a new dimension of your life. Because again, this spiritual journey is a evolution process. It's constantly, different phases. You're learning, you're understanding. So day by day, things are going to change. But seeing the 444 at this time, okay, this is letting you know to remember that there is so much more greater than your current moment, that there's a sense of expansion on the horizon for you. If you keep lending yourself towards having unconditional self love, unconditional positive regard, like we all have fallen short to, being a great person. Okay, none of us are completely innocent, but what makes the difference is when you do not give up on yourself, when you keep getting up time and time again and committing yourself to having a life that you don't want to just escape from. Like some people literally want to take that long sleep instead of live. Like it's unfortunate, it's understandable, but truly the only way out of this matrix is to go within. Okay, so this 444 is beautiful at this time because you're beginning to realize that the same divine image that the Most High has had for you, you can actually bring that into your current reality. Meaning, your inheritance is supposed to be prosperous. You're supposed to have a life that's fulfilling. You're supposed to have a life that's peaceful. And we reincarnate down here, or some may not believe in that, but to each his own. But you come into this earthly existence, and oftentimes it's through like literally fucked up families. Like, y'all, I'm really trying my best not to use profanity. I don't really like it that much, but sometimes certain words just sum it up, just straight like that. So if you have unfortunately had that type of situation, it can turn into a fortunate type of situation because there could have been things that you needed to experience in order for you and your voice to bring about healing for others to overcome that. So anything could actually be turned into something that can bring about healing to yourself and others by you overcoming it. So continue to trust your intuition, right? Because this 444 is a great sign. The mere fact that you stumble across this video and you're seeing this is urging you to keep the faith. Your life is becoming greater. Oh my gosh. Go ahead and start those hobbies, okay? You're also going to have support coming through for you. It may not seem that way initially at the beginning, but it's like build it and they will come. Whatever it is that you're going to do, you're going to begin to attract other people that resonate with your energy, with your voice, with your style, with things that you're doing. So just trust that the way your life is beginning to unfold, it's meant to be this way at this present time. You are in harmony with the universe. You're in harmony with God at this time. And understand that the Creator's master plan is no coincidence at all for you seeing 444, as well as the other numbers. Another amazing thing I noticed when I was living in Arizona and got the privilege of seeing these cactus bloom. And again, I thought that was a major analogy for my life. But anyhow, there's angel numbers everywhere there. Oh my gosh, like it just was like boom, boom, boom. Everywhere I turned, angel numbers on billboards, on house numbers. I mean, just everywhere. Even the city bus. One of the law firms, their number is 777-777-7777. Like, oh my gosh, to see that, that's jackpot. Ka-ching. And literally, I had so many blessings and amazing things that happened to me while I was there. I'm not gonna just gas you completely up if you haven't been to AZ yet. Now, especially if you are, this dark shade. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest. They may not be very welcome, people in general, but that's just some of the population, literally. But there were so many people that were loving, that wasn't caring. They didn't care if I was purple. Like, they were really nice and kind. So I think I lost somebody when I mentioned that. But anyhow, I'm gonna continue speaking how I want to speak. That's just the facts of it all. But the beautiful thing about it was that I received so many blessings in the form of just the coincidences that I saw there. Like, it was such an amazing experience. And so again, leading up to that, I was seeing angel numbers a lot. And so it's just representing being in tune with the universe when you see this number. So the divine number 444 is reminding you at this time that the universe is perfectly synchronized, okay? And so on your path overall, this is a sign to embrace everything that is happening in your life and trusting that things are unfolding specifically for you. Another thing, too, I want to share in regard to this 444 is that you're being built to have a stable foundation. So some of you may have had to separate yourself from certain people, from certain jobs. Um, I mean, for some of you, even relatives. Okay? But this was a part of the divine plan for you to rebuild a new foundation and move into the direction of what you see for your life. You may have desired that, okay, I want to have a family dynamic where I feel like I can trust the people I'm around. And unfortunately, you may not have been given that. So a major test could have been, am I willing to let these people go in order to attract or just to be in the presence of people I truly trust, even if that means that for a while it's just going to be me by myself. That is a major test that a lot of people aren't able to really go through. And so if you got to the point where you realize that, okay, I want to build a stable foundation to actually have a life I want. When you see 444, it is a clear sign that you are rebuilding a stable spiritual foundation and to grow more so connected with Holy Spirit, Jesus, Yeshua, Abba, Buddha, the universal God, Divine Mother, whatever terms that you're comfortable with. So, with this understanding, I want you to realize the importance of connecting with the Most High every day as often as possible so that you can continue to build this healthy foundation, especially if you had to go through a purging process of separating from a lot of people. It's going to feel uncomfortable at first, but that's because your system as well, your neurological system, your spiritual pain body, all of that is like literally hitting the factory reset. So, whereas you may have become accustomed to all this drama and being in constant fight or flight mode, when you get to this point, then when you separate yourself from that energy, it's going to be a time where it's like your body is having to really recalibrate, your body is having to really heal. Okay? So, just know that there's a beautiful unfolding that's happening for you. Okay? And the divine creator, Jesus Christ, Yeshua, is wanting you to understand that this foundation that you're building, like similar to building the foundation or the base of a house, okay, where the ground supports the building blocks and everything. And so, just as it takes time to lay a solid foundation for a home, it's going to take time for you to build a strong spiritual foundation for your soul and for your life to literally level up. And when you set healthy boundaries, this is a major change. Not everybody is going to be cool with it. They're not going to be jiggy with it, but the right people will rise to your standard. The right people will respect you and love you enough to either make changes or to stay away. Okay, that's just the only options. So 444 is a sign that you are strengthening your spiritual foundations. And by spending time on discovering more so of what it is that you want in your life, you're acknowledging that you deserve true greatness in this world. So if you're constantly seeing these variations of 444, Holy Spirit is wanting you to understand that you are being deeply rooted and grounded at this time for a new, healthier, happier foundation. And again, this foundation could just be you by yourself right now, but understanding you're bringing more so a sense of confidence into your life by trusting yourself, trusting the journey, and realizing that, hey, Just because you're relatives or so-called friends, that doesn't mean that you just earn a space in my life. No, you want to have a life that you enjoy. You want to have a life that's full of peace, and it requires you of showing up, being your true self. Because your true self knows that when you find the courage to close a door on the fear of leaving people behind, things behind, jobs behind, you are having the courage to open up to a new avenue of possibilities. Okay, beautiful, beautiful energy here. Let's see what else is here. This is bringing a lot of healing to the connection of the masculine and the feminine right now. They're realizing this love is very sincere, and it's because you had the courage to separate yourself. You had the courage to love someone enough, but at the same time love yourself more. And also we have the declutter card. So it says you'll feel better and more focused if you'll take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Okay, donate what you can to help others who may need your items, but be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. So even when we talk about detoxing things from your life, okay, also clearing up your time, okay. You may have had to walk away from a certain job because you may have begun to feel like, wow, this job is taking up so much of my time. You want freedom to live, to enjoy life. And so this is the opportunity for you with seeing 444. You're given the ultimate opportunity to thrive. And we also have here is the moonlighting card. You may have had to work at night. Okay, literally, y'all. There were several situations in my life where I had to work the night shift. I didn't necessarily want to do that, but I knew that it was going to be beneficial to help with my family. So, whatever it is that you need to do in the interim with this moonlighting card coming up, okay, you can start working on your dream while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. Yeah, I literally did a reading, was it yesterday? In regard to your life is about to take flight. A second confirmation is here, especially when it comes to 444. Your prayers are being acknowledged by the Most High, by the Creator, and they are being answered. So you may want to begin like when you do your prayers, you may want to be a little more specific when it comes to your prayers. Okay, I know that prayers are wonderful, they're powerful, but sometimes I kind of forget to be specific, and I have to remind myself because I recall the prayers that have already been answered, and I realize that they were answered better than I could even imagine. I think it has a lot to do with me being specific. So wow, motivation. Some of you, you're moving to a new home, y'all. I keep getting these confirmations about a new home. So don't get like too, worried about wherever your current location is right now. It could be a reason why you're there. Okay, there's literally no coincidences. Everything is synchronized. So just be patient with the process and know that you're actually going to a home that is going to be aligned more so spiritually for you. It's happening. Okay, so continue to put in that work. I see a third confirmation in regard to home because literally, like, it's your safe haven, your sacred place. And so now this is why this could be coming up a lot in these current readings because many of you are doing some relocation. Wow, you're literally freeing yourself. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see if I can pull something else from this deck or should I move on to the next deck? Um, I'm gonna go with my custom deck. Let's see what we have here. Another thing I want to mention in regard to seeing the 444 is that envisioning the future that you want. Okay, you're literally planting seeds for your future right now. So with the angel number 444, okay, it's literally like a guide for you to start understanding that the things that you're beginning to do, they're creating a path of healing. Okay, even as I say that, we have this card in regard to the divine feminine, divine masculine. There's a lot of healing that's happening when it comes to these connections. Even though there could have been a sense of divided loyalty when it came to the masculine and feminine, this energy is being cleared. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that the love that you exude is bringing about a sense of pressure towards healing within this connection. And this is an aspect of a divine calling for the masculine and feminine. A mantra here says, make sure you're lifting as you climb and be fearless to be yourself. By you choosing to be yourself, this is a major catalyst. Like the love that you have is something that is incomparable. And so you're exuding that right now. Okay, this is directing this union into more so of a spiritual alignment. So understand that just as you're healing, just as you're evolving, just like the cactus, you're being resilient, but you're blooming. A similar type of thing is happening for the masculine energy as well. All right, and I want to share a few more things in regard to this 444. Let me refer to my notes. Okay, just a moment. So yeah, the focus is shifting in regard to with the 444. So in regard to the relationship between the masculine and feminine, you could be picking up on the fact that there is going to be like a deeper sense of love given towards you at this time, and you may feel a little different in regard to the masculine because you may feel like it's like a role reversal per se, but it's like now you're becoming more so balanced with having a stronger sense of self-love. And so they say that the man should love the woman a little more. And with a series of events, you may see that kind of come into fruition with your twin soul connection. So just trust that this is a divine sense of healing happening, and it's going to be worth the journey. So, continue to say prayers for yourself, for your divine masculine, and continue in the interim to put your energy towards being positive, being happy, letting go of things of the past, and allowing yourself to really experience the healing power that God has placed in your life through forgiveness, okay, through resilience. Literally, you're blooming. When you think about the process of blooming, like God takes the time to set nature into motion with these seeds, okay, and it takes time, but they will eventually sprout. Flowers are blooming, even cactuses bloom. So continue to spend more time focusing on the greatness that's happening for your life, even if that means taking a little time out in nature. Okay, you'll begin to understand that there's so much beauty when it comes to just simply being. Allowing yourself to be reminded, like when you breathe in fresh air, you're allowing the life force from the Most High God to flow through you, to restore you, to energize you. Okay, so by increasing your gratitude for even the smallest things, your ability to even breathe in the air, your ability to walk, you are revitalizing your spiritual connection with the Most High, with yourself. And this healing energy is going to flow within you. This is going to magnetize so many great things to you, including your divine compliments. So this is just a win-win all around. I'm glad you're able to listen throughout this entire reading. Until next time, bye.